Hey everyone, it's Janette Oakman again, and I thought I'd have another tutorial. I'm calling it a tutorial, but I think it's more like let's learn it together. I've got a bee in my bonnet that I want to draw a dandelion, because everybody loves dandelions, don't they? You know, go back to the old days of making wishes when you're blowing them in the summer. Sure we've all got memories of doing that. So I've got a bit of watercolour paper here. Again, I've got it all tacked down with masking tape. Got my gloves on because I'm going to be using Brusho paint, which actually stains, and I don't want stained fingers. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use a pencil first, and I'm going to draw the outline of basically what I want to create here. I haven't tried this before. This is my third time ever of using Brusho paints. If you've seen my tutorial and you've seen my oh God, I forgot what it's called now. Daffodil, that's the one. Then they are the only ones I've created so far. So what I'm going to do is I'm just drawing. I'm not sure if you'll be able to see this or not on the camera. Just going to draw a couple of stalks. And there you go. Just got a couple of stalks there. As you can see, Picasso's with me today. Right, I've just got 3 stalks there. I don't want to put too much detail in. Now, I'm going to cheat, okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw. I'm using the top of a lid just to draw a circle, and I'm just going to go really faintly over with the pencil, just so that I've got a rough idea of where I want to put everything. So, oh, this is fun. And one over here as well. Looks like I'm drawing great big lollipops, isn't it? Don't you worry about that. I hope there's nothing to worry about anyway. So there you go. So what I'm going to use today, which I didn't use in my last two videos, is they're actually called wax resist sticks. You get a pack of 5 in there. Basically, it's like candle in a stick, I think. So wherever I put this on dry paper, the Brusho paint should not go over. All right, and as we know, when you look at a dandelion, there's lots of little white bits on it. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to come into the dandelion, and I'm just going to put lots of little shapes in everywhere. At the moment I'm just trying to keep it all within the circle, as you can see. And what I would suggest is that both of us we try to remember roughly where we've been going, because obviously this is see-through, so I cannot see where it is. So I'm actually going to speed up this part of the video so that you won't have to watch me do every single one. Back soon. Now, move that up a little bit more so you can see the top. Now, I'm going to presume that it's a nice sunny day, a windy day. So I think it'd be really cool to see some of the wishes being blown off. So what I should do is, I need to, is to have some just blowing off in the wind there. Do you remember at school when you used to pretend you was a spy and you could do secret writing to each other by writing with a candle, then afterwards you'd put paint over and the secret words would be revealed? Well, hopefully that's what we're creating here. You know, you've got to have some fun sometimes, you know. It might work, it might not work. You don't know unless you try. You know, it don't work out, you know. Not the end of the world. Notice I've got them all going in that direction. It doesn't matter if I go over the top of one that I've already done, because if that's happened, then you know, that happens in real life, doesn't it? If you was taking a picture, you'd probably see a cluster of them together. So that is the outline of what I want to do. Now, you don't have to do this, but now I'm just going to use me rubber quickly, and I'm just going to try and rub out some of these circles just in case the paint doesn't cover them. I should have done a Blue Peter one, shouldn't I? And here's one that I made earlier. We can all be wise after the event. Where would the fun of that be? Sit on the edge of your chairs as you look to see if I've mucked up, if my experiment didn't work. Oh dear. Even if it doesn't work, you know, I'm still going to share this with you all, because I've always said to all my students, you learn more from your failures than you do your successes. And one failure might actually help you to say, oh, you know what, that didn't work, but that would work with doing this. Right, so that's just got rid of some of that. Let's get rid of the dust there. I use me putty rubber really, but I wanted to be quick, so that's near enough all off. Now what I'm going to do today is I'm going to make up some paint. I recycle everything I do. These are just yogurt carton things. So what I'm going to do here, because this way you don't have to wash up, do you? So I'm going to look for my paint that's called sap green. Oh, there you are. Leaf green, sorry. Actually, I don't need to. I've still got one from last time. Waste not, want not, as they say. You see that? That's from when I did my bluebell, daffodil. Right, okay, so I'm just going to paint in the stalks here. Hasn't got to be perfect. Oh, that resist is working. Didn't want to go do it on that bit. I'm going to put these in first. great fun. I'm not particularly trying to stay inside the lines here because I want it to be fun, this picture. You know, hasn't got to be perfect. And before I go on to do the rest of the background, I think what I should do is I shall water this down a little bit. Let's put that down a minute. Because I just had this idea that so it doesn't look like they're all flying through the sky, I would just put some, so it's the same colour I've used here, but I'm just I'm doing the brush upwards, not sideways, up and down, because then who knows, it might end up looking like grass a bit. Who knows? Who knows? Again, not trying to be perfect. Oh, and someone just said in my ear that I was making the brush strokes go to the left, and actually I've made everything blow to the right. So whoever just pointed that out to me, thank you. I hadn't thought of that at all. Sorry, I just realised you can't actually see what I've been doing, can you? Sorry about that. Yeah, so my brush strokes are going up and down, not side to side. Doesn't matter if I go over the edge, because I've got masking tape on here. It's looking very green, very green. Just going to let that go up the edges a little bit like that. Yay. So dramatic. Look at that, dramatic. This be my garden, this when I used to like doing my gardening. Yes, I used to have quite a few dandelions. It also meant the grass was a little bit longer as well. So there you go. I think perfect there. Just want this to be a quick study today to see if it's possible to do what I want to do. Now, I personally think that this bottom bit is a little bit too brighter green, so I am going to get my I'm going to clean that brush afterwards, my emerald green, and I'm going to sprinkle some of this on the wet paint. Don't want to use too much, might be too much, but what I'm going to do is I'm not going to do anything with that. I'm just going to leave that as it is, that little sprinkling there, because I've got a feeling that that will all start becoming something later on. Right, okay, so got my main stalks. I've got my wax resist on my circles. So now I need to start thinking about what I want to put in the sky. So you've got different ways of doing this. You can make up a wash and then just by a wash I mean dissolving, like I just did the grass and everything else, some of the crystals into water, or you can put water in the sky and then throw on the colours. And you know what I'm going to go for today? That's right, I'm going to have a little bit of a spritz. My Derwent spritzer bottle, just got plain water in it, nothing special about it, and I'm just going to spray the paper, give it a good spray, and I'll tell you what, I'm going to do a little bit of a spray here. See what happens there. Right, okay, so now I can see actually move out that way a bit more for you. I can actually see here where the wax resist is, because the water's sparkling around it. So I'm going to use a little bit of turquoise. So where is my turquoise? I definitely want to put some colour coding on these bottles, because it is really annoying that you can't see without sitting there reading all the time as to what's actually in the bottle. Oh, it was hiding within the masking tape. So I'm just going to be brave. I'm just going to do some sprinkling and see what happens. Ooh. And I think we should have a little bit of ultramarine in there as well. Just leave that for a second to see where that's going to go. Now, what I've got an idea for is to put some colour down the bottom. Just going to let that play. Actually, I'll tell you what I will do. I'll give it a bit more of a spritz. And I shall try and do it so it's... I'm spritzing inside where the circle was. Got to be careful here because this paper is... I might need to do some dabbing or something later. Anyway, going back to the bottom part, I think it'd be nice to put a little bit of yellow in there to give the imitation of some other flowers there. So I'm going to just do a little sprinkle of yellow. Some yellow there, and I think I will have some yellow over here, and then I think I'm going to have a little bit of orange. I don't want the bottom part to be stronger than the top part of the picture, so I've got to be careful there. A little bit of purple. Who knows? Someone might have forgotten they put a forget me not or something there. And I'm going to use some brilliant red, but I'm going to be very conservative with it and just put in one place, and I think that one place is going to be there. Right. So even though I haven't put on any extra water, that is already starting to affect a little bit. Now I've noticed there's nothing up the top here, so we need to sort that out. And instinct tells me, rather than the bottle, to just give it a quick with a paintbrush. When you're using these paints, they go everywhere. When you're stirring them, shaking them, sorry. It's ruined it a little bit, but I'm sure it'll sort itself out. So, what are we going to do here? I want to see if I can Some of you scryers out there who see shapes and everything, I bet you can see some wonderful things within this. Right, I'm going to, what am I going to do? Just feel like I'm going to leave that there for now, and I'm going to get a very fine paintbrush. I'm just going to try and stimulate some of this down here into a bit more believable shapes as flowers. This is actually really good practice for me, because I'm one of them people who everything has to be perfect. So it's good practice for me to do a picture where I'm not trying to create perfect. I need some green. I need some more green. So what I'm going to do is, I've already got some paint in here, as you know, but I'm actually going to tip some emerald green in there, because I really feel the picture needs that. I want it to be quite dark as well. You really don't need too much of this stuff, you know, because it's so so strong. Just wanna, might need to do this bit when it's dried a bit more. Right, okay. Because to me, a lot of this is all just a little bit too messy. With hair, I say to people, you know, there's lots of thousands of hairs, millions probably, on someone's head. You haven't got to draw every single one of them. Draw what you know is there. What you can see, not what you know is there. And the same definitely goes with this. Oh, can you imagine how long it would take if you sat here trying to draw every single blade of grass that you'd see in a picture? You'd be here forever and ever and ever. Here's one that Bob Ross taught me. Do you ever see that bloke? He used to sit there saying, the little fellows living in his paintings. You know what? That bloke was a genius when it comes to painting. I think this is a wild garden. Not so much a garden, it's more like a bit of meadow. Oh, what fun, what fun. Right, we need to sort out our dandelions there, I think. So what I'm going to do first is definitely make sure I've got kitchen roll ready. That I'm going to pull off 2 bits just in case. Have it folded ready. Because I've got a feeling I'm going to be doing some dabbing in a minute. Right, so let's see if we can make it a bit clearer here. Right, so all paints will actually dry a bit lighter. I think I've heard somewhere it's about 1/3 of the shade that it would have been or something. 1/3 of its original colour it dries to. I've seen people use hair dryers and heat guns, but I'd be a bit weary about doing that because of the wax resist that we put on there earlier. So as you can see here where the paint didn't take because I've put the V's on, but you can see, you know, there's lots of big gaps there, so I could have done a much better job than what I actually did. But it's all an experiment. It's all about learning, and I've learnt a lot, and I think before I do anything else I'm gonna try and recover this a little bit more. I'm looking for my ultramarine paint, there it is, because I really want to be able to tell where the wax resist is, and at the moment you can't really see it. So, what's happening there? Well, it looks like I've planted a firework, doesn't it? A few fireworks rather than dandelions. So let's use this brush, which has no green on it. See what happens if I was to do this. So folks, today you've learnt how not to paint a dandelion. I'll have to make a set of blooper videos up. Videos that went wrong. You know what? Perhaps it's not a dandelion. Perhaps it's going to be something else instead. Where's my purple? Because I think that this reminds me of another flower that's a very similar shape. Don't know what it's called. I saw a lot of them when I was in Cornwall, and they were literally growing on the side of the roads. But no idea what they were called. Where's the spritz? There it is. And now my spritzer bottle's going to run out. So I'm just going to pop off and fill that back up. So, what I need now is where's it gone? Gonna put a little bit more ultramarine in here. If you look here, flower has naturally appeared there. And then purple. So I reckon there's a little baby growing here. What do you reckon? So let's put some more emerald green in my little pot, which you can't see. I'm just putting it in here. I'm not doing it over the camera because I don't want it to go on the canvas, on the paper. I'd sing to you, but I don't want to scare you. Right, hang on a minute. Right, just make it up this green here. Really, I should wait for it all to dry. I'm being very impatient here. But I think there's some more green on there. You just put the stalks back in there, and there. Then I need to bring a stalk here, and then is there a natural one there? No. Let's put that in there as well. I reckon a bird has flown around and they dropped the seed. What do you reckon? Do you think I'll get away with that one? Ooh. Oh, you can't beat a beautiful purple paint. It ain't raining rain, you know. Raining violets. Do, do, do. Oh, dark around here. On this side. I was trying to talk there with a paintbrush in my mouth. I believe everything in life happens for a reason. So I might not have ended up with bluebells, but I've ended up with something. And if I just bring that up a bit more for you. Actually, if I zoom out a little bit, so I might not have ended up with bluebells, but bluebells on the brain. You know why? Because I absolutely love bluebells. I might not have ended up with a dandelion, but I've still ended up with something. So anyone seeing any shapes in there at the moment? This could be a little bird sitting here, couldn't it? There'll be a lot going on, that's for sure. Well, I am going to see if there's any way It's amazing when you watch these. Just take on a life of their own. It's amazing. Look at that. Stunning. Well, I think that I started off with dandelion and I've ended up with thistles. But whatever they are, I still love my picture. Even if it didn't turn out to be what in my mind I wanted it to start off as. I still love it. I'm going to wait for it to dry and then I'm going to come in and I'm going to do some more on these stalks. So I'm not going to make you all sit there and watch me do that. So I shall speak to you later.